How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. Not just any other review. Mystery beers. A little 12-ounce mystery beer jammer. This comes courtesy of Sean. Thank you very much, brother. He mailed me, I should say, a pack of Virginia. Reynolds, Virginia, right? Was it North Carolina? Anyway, not south, but kind of south. Box of beers. Some mystery beers, some not. This is the last mystery beer out of that bunch, so decided to give it a whirl. Beautiful blue painter's tape, ghetto paper towel. I'm a happy camper. What are mystery beers? Mystery beers are people go out of their way to procure beers. They wrap them up like this, and they send them to me. And then I drink them. Good God, that's dark. I have no idea what this beer is going to be. That's the whole shtick. And I pour it like I did just now. I talk about it. I drink it. I talk about what I think it is, what kind of beer it is, how it tastes. And sometimes I go as far as to guess the beer itself. Not all the time, but it's a fun, what's the word I'm looking for? Exercise. And just kind of keeping your wits about you when it comes to beer and not being, kind of removing all the preconceived notion and pretension around beer and just kind of drink it for what it is, So, yeah. Let's dive into this one. It's a stout. It's got to be a stout. Some kind of big stout. Big, huge, rich, what I like my coffee to look like, colored head. I mean, look at that. That's absolutely delicious looking. You know what I mean? Rich, dark body to it. It definitely has stout vibes from a distance. When I see a small, tiny little can like that and I see a beer like this, I think of 1050. It's pretty much the first beer that pops in my brain. So it definitely kind of preconceived notion. Already in that 1050 mindset. Let's get a nose. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get past it because that's kind of what I'm getting. I'm not getting a big bittering component though. I remember 1050. It's been a while since I've had one, and actually probably the last couple times I've had 1050, it's been like those kind of stovepipe kind of barrel-aged versions or adjunct versions. I haven't had the base in quite some time. But I remember it having a bigger bittering component to it. This one, at least on the nose, comes out very sweet. Not overly sweet, but very sweet. There's a nice roasted malt to it, but it's not much bittering to it. Just a nice roasted malt, kind of tickling the edges of chocolate and coffee, but not really getting there. It's just a rich kind of roasted malt with a nice sweetness to it. Bigger. It's got to be a bigger beer. This has got to be, 8, 9, pushing double digits as far as ABV goes. Sure. You want lactose? That's what I'm trying to hint at. Is it in there? I don't think so, but it's giving me lactose vibes. But you can get that a lot from a lot of these bigger ABV, kind of darker beers. That's it. That's all. I mean, sure, there's a little bit of coffee in there. There's a little bit of even brown sugary maple syrup, kind of thing going on. There's chocolate in there. There's all bits and pieces, but nothing jumps out of the can, jumps out of the glass and screams to me. It's just kind of like, okay, I know you can derive a lot of those notes from just base for a core 4 beer. So I'm still sticking with just a big Imperial / Russian Imperial Stout. Sippy poo time. Cheers. It's got to be 1050, right? It's got to be 1050. I'm trying to fight myself from that preconceived notion of 1050, but it just screams of it. That bittering is there. I didn't really get it at all in the nose, but it's definitely there in the taste. There's something elevated beyond that, though, for me. It almost tastes like there could be a vanilla component to it, or not lactose, but vanilla. Vanilla component to it, or even a barrel aging thing that I'm getting a little bit of vanilla from the barrel, and I'm getting a little bit of kind of sweetness from that kind of spirit and bourbon. It's a big beer. It's a hefty beer. And again, this is the mystery beer kind of fucking with your brain. I want to say it's a vanilla or lightly barrel aged kind of 1050, but I'm 99.9% sure all of the adjunct variants get into your 16-ounce stovepipey kind of size cans. So, yeah, listen, let's strip trying to guess what the beer is off of this for a minute. It's an Imperial Stout. It's a Russian Imperial Stout. It's big. It's sweet. It has a bittering component to it. It's nice. It's higher in ABV, 10%, give or take. Done and done. That is like literally if you flip through your BJCP nerd book or a dictionary, it's going to show you 1050. So it's 1050. I don't know what else. I don't know what other beer it would be. If it's not 1050, it's somebody's version of that. But it's also like I said, there's something else to it. But that could be age too. You know what I mean? But based off the nose, I wasn't quite sure because there was usually even get a little bit of soft bittering. I'm trying to take that off the wrong way, and I wasn't really getting that in the actual in the nose, but in the taste it was definitely there. So let's see. Yeah, it's 1050. Yeah, that was pretty. I don't know why I fought myself so hard on that. I think it was more kind of coming into the beer as a thinking that's what it was from the get without even smelling or tasting it yet, and I'm kind of fighting against it. You know what I mean? Fighting against the notion that it is 1050 because you don't want to just throw yourself into that. Okay, I just believe it's that because of guessing. You actually want to taste the beer and kind of let it kind of speak for itself. So, yeah, what do we have here time-wise? Okay. We have here, 8, 27, 2000, it looks like 2017. So, I mean, this has at least a year on it. So, that could have kind of tempered a little bit of that bitterness, roastiness in the nose. Even in the taste, it wasn't that big. And give it that little bit of kind of more rounded kind of richness to it. That little bit of kind of hints of vanilla thing that was going on in there. But yeah, this has always been a fantastic beer. It's a little bit high price point wise, but not really. If you think about it, you're getting a 4-pack for like whatever it is, $16. But it's a big, huge Russian Imperial Stout. What's the ABV on this again? 10.5. So yeah, it's always been one of my kind of more favorite, especially with a bit of age. I know favorite, that's a great word. With a bit of age on it, kind of temper a bit of that bitterness because while it being a Russian Imperial Stout, it does have a bit of roastiness to it in a way American brewers kind of angle the Russian Imperial Stouts. They tend to go even roastier with them. A little bit of age on this kind of drops that out and makes it a little bit more my speed, like uber traditional style Russian Imperial Stout. But I've always dug it. I dig it. I like it. I think the variants are fun, but I actually think the base is one of the better Russian Imperial Stouts in general. But yeah, fun beer. Easy one to guess. Let's put it that way. Even though I try to talk myself out of it like several times, but yeah. Yeah, there you go. Let's talk about it. I've reviewed it before. Is it one of the better Russian Imperial Stouts I've had? It's like, might be one of the better American-born Russian Imperial Stouts because while it does have that bittering component, like I said, it's only about a year old and it's still kind of dropping that out. So it doesn't take much to get rid of it. So it's damn tasty. Ages quite well, actually. Valued availability, like I said, it's like $16 around my parts for a 4-pack. And you're like, oh, that kind of sucks. $16 for a 12-ounce cans, a 4-pack of 12-ounce cans. But you're talking about a big Russian Imperial Stout. So in the grand scheme of things, I don't have that big of a problem with it. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like Russian Imperial Stouts, big, huge, bold beers, big, huge, darker beers, this is definitely foot the bill because it's tasty, it's delicious, it's a mainstay. And you pretty much find it anywhere. So, yeah, good stuff. There you go. Another mystery beer in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, anywhere in between, down there, words and stuff. Let's see what else. That was so dangerous. I had to sneeze and I took a sip. I was like, I'm going to sneeze this beer all over the camera. Massive Beers, if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive, if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully enjoying this beer right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.